I sat down with Liz, and she was explaining this thing called lyophilization. And I had never even heard of lyophilization, didn't know anything about it. And she went on to explain how, this was the freeze drying of all of these pharmaceutical products that they could send around the world to be stable. And that day I went home, told my husband, these people are doing something important and I want to be a part of it. And I'm so glad that I joined. And I've just really enjoyed the journey that we've been on in the last 10 years, and I'm so excited to see what we do in the next 10 years.
Lyophilization is a really interesting and important process in the pharmaceutical industry. We have lots of drugs that we would like to be able to give to patients, but they're not stable if we give them to patients in solution. So we make lyophilized dry forms so that we can have stable medications that get to the patients and then can be administered.
We started a group of about 6 companies that met the day before International Society of Lyophilization Freeze Drying meeting in Chicago. So we had this sort of a before dinner gathering, before the conference, and started to discuss unaddressed research topics and research needs in lyophilization. And during those discussions, the LyoHUB idea came across. The first name was Lyo Group.
That's right.
Yeah, and we actually the first consortium agreement, membership agreement, used that name.
Yeah.
And how it captures that at the heart of it is a network and a hub that enables that network to communicate. So we went with LyoHUB. And nobody was really able to pronounce lyophilization or spell it, so we had to shorten it as much as possible.
And as I look back on my own career, one of the things I'm really proud of is that I had a small role in facilitating this interaction that was, right down to was really the origin of LyoHUB. What I like best about LyoHUB is the people involved, the wide variety of expertise, and as I said, from a personal point of view, LyoHUB has resulted in friendships with some of the nicest people that I've known, and I have no doubt that LyoHUB will be around for a long, long time to come.
In 2016, this lab started as a completely vacant space. There was literally nothing in here, not even a shelf. All we had was the Revo, and it was just Jen and myself. I had just finished my master's at that point, and I was told by Professor Alexenko, you're gonna fall into the world of freeze drying, and there I showed up, and it's snowballed into quite the facility today. We're bursting at the seams, and we absolutely love where it's gone. We're very fortunate to be located in this building, Burke Nanotechnology Center. Not only do we have access to all of the amazing building utilities like our dry air, our vacuum systems, our nitrogen supplies, but we also have an incredible asset in the Cyfres nanofabrication clean room. LyoHUB, frankly, does interesting projects every single day. If I had to pick 3 of my top favorites, I would have to say it's investigating the rapid depressurization controlled ice nucleation mechanism, because we got to put our little aeronautical engineer flair into that one. Looking at mechanical stresses and strain on vials undergoing freezing and thawing is another great one. And then finally, microwave heating. There's so much opportunity for that technology, and it's been an absolute pleasure to work on it.
It's amazing that LyoHUB has been around for 10 years, but what's even more amazing is how much it's grown and progressed and really accomplished during those 10 years. It's not just the sense of actual accomplishments, but also the community. And I think that's probably the greatest thing that LyoHUB has done, is to bring together the community of people working in the area of lyophilization to promote the success of lyophilization technology over the past decade.
I think my favorite part of working with LyoHUB, working in LyoHUB, has been seeing all these different research areas come together, from electrical engineering to aerospace engineering. I'm not the only one who said this, but I know it's been fascinating to me personally to get to explore all these different fields of science, to get to see all these different techniques, some that are in my wheelhouse, some that aren't, come together and solve problems that feel relevant to me, problems that are interesting and have value beyond just my academic interest in them.
well, one of the many things that I've liked the most is the process of watching the people that have been involved with LyoHUB develop their careers and really come into their own in the industry or wherever it is that they are. It's really been amazing to see people embrace the technology, but then also to see them come into their own, right? We're academics at heart, right? And what the development of people, the development of students is a big part of what we do. And so it's amazing to have been part of an organization that's helped people do that.
I've been going through our annual reports and collating the things that we've accomplished over the past 10 years, the papers that we've written, and the people that we've interacted with who've, are just doing amazing things in this space, projects that we've completed. It's really phenomenal.
We are the best in the world at lyophilization technology. LyoHUB really is the place where you would go to learn about lyophilization technology. We weren't that when we started. We were the new kids on the block and kind of the startup. But now if I'm talking to people around the world, I can say without blushing, if you want to know about lyophilization technology, you have to talk to LyoHUB. That's where the knowledge base is. That's where the core strengths are. That strength has come to rest here is something that I think is really exciting.